While this week won't feature a show with multiple serious injuries and superheroes flying across the stage, I think we'll find it has quite enough drama offstage. West Side Story originally premiered on Broadway in 1957, but today we'll be talking about the infamous 2020 revival. West Side Story began previews on December 10th, 2019, and officially opened on February 20th, 2020 at the Broadway Theater, which is currently home to The Great Gatsby. The 2020 version of West Side Story is like your favorite gang turf war movie, but it's like it's happening today, and you're like, hey, maybe the Jets and Sharks are just upset about gentrification. Like, honestly, how many urban planning projects can a neighborhood survive before everyone just starts throwing punches at each other? Gone are the days of flashy Broadway backdrops, and in come concrete, metal, and sad empty spaces. Think the interior of my millennial brother's apartment. Barely any furniture, just a yoga mat and existential dread. They tried so hard to beat Jamie Lloyd and ended up messing up more than he does with his minimalist sets. So minimalist that even the props seem confused about their existence and purpose in life. What was the main pushback against this adaptation? Besides West Side Story being generally outdated and not one director really figuring out how to properly revive it since its original production in 1957, there was also a known sexual predator cast as the standby for Bernardo. Amar Ramazar was cast as the standby, and in 2018 shared his girlfriend's nude photos without her consent, with two other cast members in the New York City Ballet. He was fired by the company and Actors Equity put him through mandatory training, but was still cast even after pushback from within the casting crew. Not exactly the best casting choice when you want to avoid bad press. Opening night still went on as planned, because Broadway waits for no one. Amar received boos when he bowed, and those boos continued throughout the entire run of the show. It was basically an hour-long standing ovation, but, from the audience's vocal cords, not their hands. The production was short-lived and was met with very mixed reviews. Critics appreciated its ambition and its desire to update the story for modern times, especially in its exploration of themes like immigration and cultural conflict. However, some felt that the production's departure from the traditional format of the show detracted from its heart and charm. The bold, minimalistic direction and raw choreography were both praised and criticized for being too stark, leaving some audience members and critics longing for a more traditional and polished experience. The choreographer took classic Jerome Robbins dance moves and said, let's make this more emotional, like really, really emotional. And like many other shows in early 2020, the final performance of West Side Story played on March 11th. The pandemic put an end to this cursed and icky feeling production. On August 9th, 2021, it was announced that this production would not reopen after the pandemic shutdown. Legend has it, the Jets and the Sharks from the 2020 revival still wander the streets of New York City, looking for the next poor soul who tries to revive West Side. Oh, look, it's a jet! The 2020 West Side Story revival was a production that tried to modernize a classic, but in the end it felt more like a lesson in how to not revive a musical more than anything else. That's showbiz, right? It's all drama, whether it's on stage or off. Till next time, when we figure out what else is hiding behind the curtain on Broadway.